The international organization are established by a treaty or other mechanism governed by international and vested with legal personality such as the United Nations, World Health Organization, and NATO. These are the norms and rules intended to govern the behavior of states and other international leaders. International organizations helps in the construction of order and the mitigating of destructive conflicts between states.
International organization can do many things, and according to Barnett and Finnemore, there are three powers in order to achieve international organization. First is the power of classification, which it has an ability to differentiate meanings. Second, power to fix meanings. It has an ability to know all the information. And lastly, power to diffuse norms. It has an ability to establish norms in order to have the desired practices.
The United Nations. It is an intergovernmental organization that was founded after World War II. So it is tasked with preserving security and peace among the nations or countries that are part of this international organization. It also cultivates favorable connections, fostering international cooperation among the countries, and serving as a hub for harmonization of nation-state activities.
So what does the Great Assembly doing? This organization is important to discuss about the international issues from most of the members of United Nations. Their organization can ask about something questions about what happens in the world, for example, global warming or business economic wars or something that is related in international issues. So that's how the Great Assembly or the General Assembly doing with this organization.
The Security Council. The Council was created in 1945 under the United Nations Charter. The security resolutions are binding in all the countries in the UN. The Council can investigate, mediate, appoint envoys, and take other steps to address threats to peace. The Security Council works to resolve disputes peacefully, but it can also authorize military action. The Security Council has set up scores of political peacekeeping missions which save countless lives.
The Economic Council serves as the central platform for fostering and formulating discussions, innovative thinking, and putting efforts to implement internationally decided resolutions.
The International Court of Justice is the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. It was established in June 1945 by the Charter of the United Nations. The court's role is to settle in accordance with international law legal disputes submitted to it by states, and to give advisory opinions on legal questions referred to it by authorized United Nations organs and specialized agencies.
The functions of the Secretariat. The United Nations Secretariat carries out the day-to-day work of the UN as mandated by the General Assembly and the organization's other organs. The Secretary General or the head of the Secretariat has tens of thousands of UN staff members working at duty stations all over the world. The UN staff are recruited to maintain world peace and to maintain order. The Secretary General's vital role is to prevent international disputes from arising.
The Trusteeship Council is one of the main organs of the United Nations or UN, designed to oversee the administration of the trust, territories, and independence.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
Good evening, ladies and gents, madams and madamswa, and all the members and allies of the LGBT community. Whether your pronouns are he, she, him, or her, welcome to our show tonight. The host that is standing in front of you through this whole event is no other than Farhana Kadil, together with my partner,
Bryan Dela Cruz,
and you're watching.
voice it.
I am so excited for our guest today, and I know that it will bring a great talk.
Yes, of course, I agree with you, Farhana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves as you're about to receive tons of knowledge from our wonderful guests. Starting with these two beautiful ladies, Miss Celline Catacutan and Miss Meca Galacio, as they will discuss about state regionalism and non-state regionalism.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. What is state regionalism? So, it is the coordination of every country or a formal project policy promoted by regional state. And this is the reason of formation of the regional group in state regionalism. You know what it is? The first one for military, and the second one for protect independence. The third one to deal the economic crisis, and the fourth one to pool resources. How about you, Meca?
On the other hand, non-state regionalism is an organization whose members are just like us, ordinary people that don't have any connection or connectivity to the government.
Alright, Miss Celline and Miss Meca, we're really pleased that you are with us today. We didn't know much about these events, not until now. And that's thanks to the both of you. To be really expected from such beautiful and knowledgeable ladies, right, Farhana?
I totally agree with you, Brian. These ladies are really excellent. Now, to move forward, we'll also be having these people to explain why these organizations are established. Organizations including NATO, OPEC, NAM, and ASEAN.
However, I'm sad to say that the first representative to this topic is unable to be with us today. I mean tonight. Now, she still made an effort regarding with her part. Now, according to the first representative, who is not with us today, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was created in 1949 by the United States, Canada, and several Western European nations to provide collective security against the Soviet Union. After the destruction of the World War, the Second World War, the nations of Europe struggled to rebuild their economies and ensure their security.
So the OPEC, it means Organization of the Petroleum Countries, is an organization established in 1960, and it was run by 13 different countries. The main purpose of OPEC is to be able to control a petroleum production, much more oil supplies, also especially prices within the market. As usual, oil is the natural substance of renewable energy.
NAM, or Non-Aligned Movement. NAM is the biggest organization next only to UNO. It was established in 1955 to serve a purpose, and its goal is to achieve world peace. Most of the members of NAM are developing countries and even third world countries. The organization promotes freedom of action, and members are working together to solve terrorism.
Lastly, ASEAN. ASEAN, or Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It is an organization for the Southeast Asian countries, and it is established to have an economic growth, social and cultural development, to have an equality, and strengthen the organization which is ASEAN.
Thank you all for that wonderful discussion. I hope that this will leave impression to the audience that is with us tonight.
Now, before we end this very show of ours, Voice It, we would like to congratulate and as well as thank all of our guests for being with us tonight. We hope that you will learn something from this and that you enjoy at the same time. And that's all. Thank you.